Hello, my name is Gary Augustine, and we are from Elburn Hill Church. And this little team of guys went together with Tom Beatty down to Graham Correctional Center on October 6th, 7th, and 8th to do a parenting seminar. And the guys that are here with me today are, we have Rudy Soto on the end, we have John Cassip here, Noah Augustine, Mike Bedell, and of course I'm Gary Augustine. And what we want to do here is just give a little bit of information of the experience that these guys had. And so I've asked them some questions about their experience there, what they were concerned about before they went, how the experience was there, and how they would feel about going back.
Mike, what was your concerns, if any, before you went down to Graham?
Just how to get in, what it looked like, what to expect. You know, all the TV and the movies have such a negative view of it. And when we got there, I realized it's harder for me to get through security at the airport. So I got through there without having to take my shoes and my belt off. So it really was kind of like a campus once you got through the initial security after signing in and everything.
So, Noah, how about you? Did you have any concerns?
I really didn't have a whole lot of concerns because I was sure I was not going to go. I was going to sign up, say I was going to go, and then I have 2 jobs that I had to take off work, and I was sure that one of them was going to tell me I would not be able to get off work, and then I would have to say, sorry, I can't go. So I wasn't that concerned about going. And so I kind of waited to the last minute to ask off work, so it would be even easier a reason that I wouldn't be able to go. But amazingly enough, both jobs said, oh yeah, sure, you can have the time off. And so kind of at the last minute, I was like, oh, I guess I have to go, and now I don't have a good reason not to go.
Yeah, isn't the Lord sometimes a pain like that?
Yeah.
Rudy, you had expressed some health concerns before you went to this. Do you care to share any of those?
I'm basically a real high maintenance guy. I'm a diabetic. I inject 7 times a day. I take medicine for hypertension, high cholesterol, and I have a real sensitive digestive system. So I had a lot of good reasons not to go. But my wife said, we support our friends. And since Gary's my friend, I had to go. On the trip there, I had the privilege of sitting with Tom. And we got an opportunity to really get to know each other. We talked about ourselves and our families. And I asked Tom, given my less than stellar father experience, how am I going to tell these guys how to be better fathers? And before I even got the question out, I said, you're not. The Holy Spirit's going to do it. I said, wow. The relief was so amazing. It was not up to me at all.
John, what was your expectations about the seminar itself and what you thought might happen when we got there?
When I went down, my expectations were that there was not going to be a lot of involvement, that they were not going to talk about stuff, they weren't going to open up, and I couldn't have been more wrong. They were open, they discussed personal things in front of all the other guys that I didn't expect them to talk about, and you know, they were mostly concerned about their families, you know, not just their children, but also their parents, and I found that to be interesting, and it seemed genuine.
Was there anything unexpected that happened at this seminar?
I was really surprised with the inmates. I think it's something that people don't think of as far as, you know, that they are people, that they are, you know, they have feelings. We kind of just put them in a corner and forget about them. And I was very surprised at how appreciative they were, how polite and thankful they were, and how involved they were in the seminar and the discussions, and I feel like it was a big surprise.
And Rudy, how about you?
I had a few surprises when I was in there. I found out that in my group there was 3 cousins. There was 2 childhood friends. In the entire group there was 2 brothers. And by their discussion I found out that a father and son combination is quite common. That was totally new to me. Our seminar ran on a Monday and a Tuesday. on Monday night, one of the guys in my group found out that his son had been shot on the Friday before. He had been shot in the same neighborhood, in the same street that he himself had been shot. You could see in this man's demeanor how important it was for him to do his part to stop this cycle of violence.
What did you think of the program itself and your involvement with the inmates?
I enjoyed it. I'd do it again. We're already talking about going back in April, and I've already done on my calendar to make sure that I'm involved with the next activity.
Did you feel like the program was helpful in moving them toward getting a better handle on being parents?
I did. The way the plan was laid out, I read through it before we got down there, and even from my own personal viewpoints on how to parent, there was some things that I learned.
Was there any one incident in the time you were there that stood out that that you'll take with you?
I think the biggest thing is how generational this is. That there were people who were sons of fathers in prison and grandsons of grandfathers in prisons, and that had made the same mistakes. And I think the biggest thing was that some of them genuinely seemed to want to break that cycle. They were very concerned about their kids and about their sons, and they wanted to be the father that they didn't have or that they need in order to try to break the cycle.
Okay. Rudy, any final thoughts?
In the end, I found out that the differences between these men and myself were small. They could probably only be measured by degrees. But there is one characteristic that I really want to have, that they have. I would like it if when people talk to me, they would be able to tell real easy that God is working in my life.
That was our experience at Graham Correctional Center. We at Elburn Hill Church believe that this is an excellent ministry to bring together the men of our church and to get them involved in ministry. We would highly recommend it to any church.